Hey everybody, welcome to the channel and welcome to the conference. All the honor, glory, and praise be to our one and only Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Today I want to talk to you all a little bit about the workplace. The workplace, the work environment, and how to conduct yourselves and how to play the game. And in playing the game, you play to win. I feel like that in various workplaces nowadays, as has always been, they're set up like obstacle courses. And you have individuals from all walks of life. You have your good people, you have your bad people, you have your loners, you have the ones that like to socialize, you have just a mixture of different personalities and different neighborhoods within a person, all mixed in one big mixing pot. And the thing about it is, a lot of employers, they expect all of those people from all those different backgrounds to operate in harmony. But though they may have those expectations, and because everyone should conduct themselves in a proper manner in the workplace, because it's a public environment, it is an establishment that they do not own, but somebody else owns. And when you are on somebody else's turf, you have to play by their rules. Just as if they were on yours, they would have to play by your rules. And I think we all have our own personal form of turf. But when you are on somebody else's property, there is a certain expectation, I believe, from some people, or whatever your cases may be, some corporations, establishments, of how you are to conduct yourselves in the workplaces. I feel like that one of the most difficult things for a lot of you out there, people in general, are people that are professional and professional minded, to be thrown into the midst, into a toxic work environment. And that's not to say that professional environments are not toxic, of course. For those of us that have had experiences working in offices, you're probably fully aware of just the toxicity that can even be inside an environment that is supposed to be professional. And then, even this day and age, things are worse than what they were just a couple of years ago, when people did halfway try to be professional and dress it and look it and act it. And that's not a knock, or not to say people don't. Nowadays, some people don't, but come on, you guys. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. And anybody with eyes that can see and a knowledge of what the work world is now would know there is no way in the world that even the work environment is what it was even 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. Even 60, 70, 80 years ago, perhaps. It was just a different time. Even the way people come out in public nowadays is just ridiculous. You got grown men walking around in pajamas inside of businesses and establishments. You've got teenagers walking around in pajamas, half dressed, half naked, and they wonder why people are staring at them, because you're dressed inappropriately. And then they've got, I think some of them have the audacity to think somebody's jealous of them. Who is jealous of somebody who comes out of the house dressed like they're getting ready to go to bed? Nobody's jealous of that. If people are staring, it is because that person is improperly dressed in public. I would think, I've trained my eyes not to even look at people now. So not everybody, but I'm just into my own. I'm in my own lane anyway. But the society that we live in now, and it's not everybody, no, but it's just, you know what? There just are no words. There just are no words. But anyway, getting back to the workplaces, I've just seen the gradual deterioration of those environments, whether if it be a professional setting or industrial, or whether if it's food, retail, what's another type of environment? Childcare. It could be anything. It could be maybe for those of you that have worked in construction, maybe you've seen changes, differences, just in how, just what you see. You maybe, I don't know. I just feel like people in general, not everybody, has changed. There was a time, I feel like, when the establishment was about the business, not about, you've always had your people in the workplaces that were toxic and had personal vendettas and jealousies and envious of other people. But I feel like that in these last days is at an all-time high. I feel like that in this level, in this season of spiritual warfare, I feel like Satan has gotten more bold in his approaches or in his antagonistic outbursts or attacks. And that's why you have to have on the whole armor of God, whoever you are out there, so that you can stand against the wiles of the devil. Because one thing you must understand, it's only a trick. What the devil wants you to do, if you are a professional person that's working in an unprofessional environment, he wants you to come out of a bag. He wants you to come out of your element. He wants you to behave and react in a way so that you destroy your character or taint your character. That's the reason why you'll find some people, they'll watch you so hard, but then they'll try to act like they're not watching you. Or, there's nothing really there's nothing that they can say about you that's bad that would be truthful. So, some of you out there, you may have people making up lies. The last thing you should be worried about is a lie. Because as long as you know who you are, and as long as you are allowing God to direct you on when to speak and defend yourself, or not even defend yourself, but just speak your truth. Because you speaking your truth will defend you without you saying, oh, well, that's not true because, no. I wouldn't even utilize my energy that way. Too much. Unless you really, really felt like there was an issue that you needed to address, just let it play itself out. Because God is the one that holds your vindication, whoever you are out there. When you are 100%, or at least 99% in human terms, I can say, because I don't know if we're 100% anything in these flesh bodies, but you're up there in your confidence and in your pursuits and what you want to do in life. There's always going to be some envious person out there that's preying on your downfall. And I'm not saying praying for you, like Praying. It's Preying. That's a predator. And work environments are full of predators. There could be people that you don't even know, and they absolutely positively do not know you. Some of them you probably have not even said 2 words to. But they will be somewhere hating and trying to act like they know you like that, and they don't. I'm sorry, you guys. I had to take a sip of my soda. I just ate out somewhere, so yeah. But the way that you handle those types of environments is stay away from negativity as much as possible. When you feel negative energy coming off of people, just get away from around them if you can. And if you can't, like, let's just say you're in an office. You're in an office setting, and they have, I guess they still have those cubicles. I think that's what they call them. And pretty much your cubicle is going to separate you from toxicity in a way. But then I'm hearing in my mind, what if it's your client? You guys, you're just going to have to be above your game. Not only on top of it, but just, I'm talking about like way above it. You're just going to have to be on another level. Mentally, intellectually, spiritually, emotionally, you're going to have to be on a higher level. You're going to have to discipline your emotions, because it is your emotions that your enemies will utilize to manipulate you. Just don't give them a response. When people cannot read you, they don't know where to go. When people cannot read you, you're showing them the door. When people cannot read you, you're weakening their forces. When people cannot read you, they can't touch you. And don't worry about subliminal evil eye. Who cares about evil eye as long as they don't touch you? Who cares about evil eye? And then, like I said, you know, a lot of you may be in environments, you know, you got people from all walks of life. You can't throw professional people in a barrel with a bunch of animals and then expect there to be harmony. It's just not going to be. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. It has never worked. So for you ladies and gents out there, if you're professional people, and I'm not necessarily saying that you sit behind a desk or answer a phone, or professional means that you know how to conduct yourselves in the workplace in a proper manner, and you dress properly, you look properly, your mannerisms are articulate, and you're just a very all around you're just an all around well put together person, and you are about your task, you are about your assignment, you are about whatever it is you have to do. If you have to meet a deadline, you are about the company's business while you are on their time. You're a professional person. But then you're going to have those people there, they don't care about the company. I'm not saying they should. I'm not saying anybody should. If it's not your company, I feel like your priority should always be yourselves out there. But what I mean by care is this: they're not about the business while they are on the property of the business. They are about you. You got to get away from those types of people. Whoever you are, you got to go just distance yourselves. Because one thing I can say is that if you work somewhere that does not have standards in who they hire or allow through the doors, you're going to have to maintain your standards by making sure that you are separated from certain individuals at all times, if possible. In office environments, everybody should have their own cubicle in those types of settings, or perhaps have their own individual offices. I've been in environments where, you know, it was like an office setting, and, you know, you have your own computer and all of that, you know, and I really didn't have to interact with the co-workers there. I may have gotten familiar with one person, but it wasn't like that, because, you know, I just believe in being about the business. However, you might meet people that you like and that your spirit is if your spirit is in agreement with them, and you might form friendships. You know, I'm not talking about anything like that. I'm just talking about going overboard with a pack of strangers that you don't even know, you may or may not know, have a knife aimed at your back. That's just never a wise decision, because one thing anybody can wear is a mask. Anybody can wear a mask. You got to try the spirit. And once you can feel a person's spirit, and you know that despite the environment you're in, they are a good person, those are the ones that I feel you should keep around. But if you're ever around somebody and you get an uneasy feeling, and you get this dark energy, like a evil dark energy, like they just came out of somewhere dark and then came into the workplace, get away from around somebody like that. Because a person like that, 9 times out of 10, their home life is a living hell. Their home life is a living hell in a lot of cases. And a lot of people, you could just look at them and just tell. I know you come out of a toxic environment. I know your life is a living hell. You look it. They're never happy. They always look miserable, and you know, they're always trying to grandstand and be seen as this and seen as that. Empty wagons make the most noise. It's the quiet people that are in their confidence that really project the loudest truth, or project the truth. One thing about a confident person, they don't have to prove his or herself to anybody. They just are. It's not about performance at all. It's about being. Not becoming, but being. Or trying to become. No, it's about being. That's who they are. They are walking, living, breathing confidence, because they don't have a reason not to be. Because God has blessed them tremendously. And it may not be in the form of how other people may feel like, oh, they have millions of dollars, or they have this and that. It's not about that. It means that they know they serve a God that has the ability to present that, if it be his will. That's what I'm talking about. They know that they have a God that Whatever they ask for in Jesus' name is there. It may not be there overnight, but it's on the way, because it's already been made manifest. Whatever you ask God for, if it be his will, is already manifest in the spiritual realm. The only thing that you have to do is remain in the process of faith. Meaning, okay, let me reword that. You have to remain in your faith and walk through the process, knowing that in the process of time and in due season, what has already been established will be made manifest before your very eyes. That's what I'm talking about. So you got to keep your eye on the prize. And when your eye's on the prize, you don't have time to look at your haters. You don't have time to just allow toxic environments to absorb you and taint you and turn you into somebody that you're not or that you don't want to be. Don't ever allow somebody to change you. Ever. Don't allow environments to change you. And that can be very difficult. And one of the first steps to not allowing an environment to change you is you knowing who you are before you step into it. Because negativity on this planet, it's not going to go away. Negativity is everywhere. Negative people are everywhere. But if you are a positive person, you cannot allow them to take authority over you, because their lives are living hell and yours is not. And it's not to say that everybody on earth does not have some type of Goliath to face or some type of obstacle. Nobody is living on this earth without problems or situations arising. It's just that some people allow the problem to absorb them, and other people may look at the problem and learn from the problem and see what they can take out of it to build their faith, knowing that the problem is solved as soon as they give it to God. And that's the comfort and the confidence that they can walk in, knowing, okay, I got this situation, well, God will handle it. And so a person like that does not have to project negativity, because there will be no negativity within them. But for somebody that has a problem, and the problem is eating them alive, and they're struggling in their finances, and they're in bad relationships, and they've just got a jacked up home life, and just all around, their life has not turned out the way they wanted it to, and now they got to reminisce and try to live in yesteryear and what they felt they accomplished, and it ain't doing them no good in the present. Get away from somebody like that. I would say, just get away. Because negativity is like a virus. If you're around the ones that have it too long, you might catch it. Run. That's all I can say. Whoever you are out there, if you're in a negative environment, run. And some of you may say, well, I ain't got nowhere to run to, because I got to stay here for a little while. But this is what I'm saying, you guys. When I say run, I'm just saying, I'll word it like this. This is what's coming to mind. I'll just say, because I really didn't have a thought to that, but it came to mind. Resist the devil and he will flee from you.